But here the interesting part. The multi-cloud is not just about technology. It is about the power, flexibility, and at the same time, serious security risk. And that exactly what we are going to explore today. The security in the multi-cloud environment. To help me break this down, we have with me very knowledgeable guest, that is Prathamesh. Prathamesh, welcome to our podcast.
Thanks, yes, really happy to be here.
Same here, bro. This topic is honestly very important, especially for students, developer, and anyone entering in tech. Let's start from the basics. Prathamesh, what exactly the multi-cloud is?
Alright, let's make this very simple and clear. Multi-cloud means using multiple cloud services providers at the same time. For example, a company might use AWS for sub storage, Azure for enterprise tools, Google Cloud for analytics. So instead of depending on one provider, they distribute their workload.
Okay, that sounds smart. But why do the companies actually do this?
There are a few key reasons. First is avoiding vendor lock-in. They don't want to depend completely on the one provider. Second, performance. Different clouds are better at different things. And third one is the cost optimization. They choose whichever is the cheaper for specific task. Yes,
So basically, that's mix and matching to get the best result. Is it right?
yes, exactly.
But I'm guessing this also makes things more
Complicated.
complicated.
It's much more complicated, but
Now let's talk about the real issue, that is the security. Why does the multi-cloud makes the security so hard? Why it is means why the security is so hard
okay,
in
I know,
that?
I know, I know. Because each cloud provider is different, each one has its own
Oh.
security model, its own tools, its own interface. So instead of managing one system, you are managing multiple systems at once.
Okay, so it's like handling three different words at the same time.
Exactly. And the biggest problem is the lack of unfiled visibility.
Meaning,
You can't see everything in one place. Security teams have to jump between dashboards.
okay, that sounds excellent, but very risky.
It is. And attackers take advantage of that confusion.
Ah, yes. So now let's talk about threats now. What are the biggest risk?
The biggest one is in cloud misconfiguration.
Explain that.
Just imagine you create a storage bucket, but you accidentally make it public. Now anyone on the internet can access it.
Okay, that's dangerous.
Yes, and it happens very often. In fact, most cloud security
Uh-huh.
breaches happen because of misconfigurations.
Wow.
Other threats include data breaches, identity theft, API attacks, ransomware, insider threats.
So not all attacks are external.
Exactly, but sometimes the problem is inside the organization.
Okay, I am. So now let's talk about IAM. Why it is important?
I'm IAM. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. It controls who can access resources, what actions they can perform.
So basically permissions.
Yes, but very detailed permissions in multi-cloud. Each provider has its own IAM system.
That sounds messy.
It is that's why companies use single sign on, multi-factor authentication, least privilege access.
List provision
I give only one minimum access required.
means.
Data must protected in three states: at rest.
Let's talk about the data now. How the data protection in the cloud, multi-cloud is used.
Data must be protected in three states: at rest, at transit, in use. In, encryption is used in all three.
Okay. So basically, who controls the encryption key?
That's very important. That's very important. So companies often use customer management key, bring your own key systems, so they stay in control.
Okay. Okay. So now let's talk about the zero trust. What are the exactly the zero trust and why they are misusing in this cloud multi-cloud environment?
The zero trust means never trust, always verify. Means every access request is checked.
Hours. So even inside the network, every inside the network, yes.
Yes, but because in multi-cloud there is no clear boundary anymore. Means they have no boundary, no limits.
Okay. So basically, the best practice for give us some best practices.
I will explain you to some best practices.
Mm.
Uh, that are some use of centralized identity system, enable EMFs anywhere, encrypt all data, monitor logs continuously, and most importantly, automate security checks and regular audits. Because of the automatic security checks is very important due to client has no time for every time checking.
Okay, so now we will talk about the network security and segmentation. What is the exactly the working of the network security and how it is protecting the multi-cloud environment and what exactly the segmentation is playing role in this place.
Network security in multi-cloud environments, mu- it must
Also,
it must addresses the challenges of security components both within each cloud provider's network and across the connections between different cloud providers and on-premises infrastructure. Traditional networks, perimeters, concepts
okay.
are insufficient in multi-cloud architecture, where applications may span multiple private clouds, VPCs,
Yes.
regions and providers. Network security in multi-cloud, the cloud native, virtual private cloud, software-defined perimeters, zero trust network access, encryption VPN tunnels, web applications, firewall, so many.
So what exactly that the network segmentation is?
Is fundamental control that limits lateral movement in the event security breach. In multi-cloud environment, segmentation is implemented through provider-specific construct such as VPCs, virtual networks, VPC networks, security groups, and network access control lists. Enforce traffic filtering at the resource level.
Okay, so you are talking about how that the multi segmentation and network is there in that. Okay, I understand. We have to talk about the multi-cloud system architecture. So basically, how is the architecture of the multi-cloud system is done?
Multi-cloud security architecture is built upon the principle of defense in depth, applying layered security controls across every tier of the cloud stack. A well-designed multi-cloud security architecture integrates security at the network, identity, data, applications, and operation layers to create a unified security posture that transcend individual cloud provider boundary. The architecture typically comprises of centralized security orchestrational layer that communicates with each cloud provider's native security services. These layers aggregate security events, enforces policies consistently, and provides a single pane of glass for security operations. Cloud security posters management tools continuously access configuration across providers, white cloud access security brokers enforce data security policies at the edge.
Okay, then tell me, what about the modern means modern cloud
Architecture
architecture? How it is used?
in increasingly adopt service mesh technologies and API gateways to enforce security at service to service communication level. Mutual TLS, authentication, encrypted service mesh communicatives, and policy as code framework ensure that workloads communicate securely regardless of which cloud they reside in. Additionally, the zero trust principle. Never trust, always verify. You know,
Yes.
already explained it.
Yes, I have understand before you have understand. Now we will talk about the threats landscape in multi-cloud environment, how they are and what they are exactly.
In the threat landscape, in multi-cloud environments, it both broad and sophisticated as organization expand their cloud footprint across multiple providers. Adversaries gain more potential entry every point. And attack vector exploit. Understanding the distinct threats that emerge from multi-cloud complexity is fundamental building effective misconfiguration attacks, data breaches, insider threats, API vulnerabilities, account hijacking, ransomware is the some parts.
Okay, then let's talk about the I think so data security we have talked before, and it is also, let's talk about the complaints and the government frameworks. What are the government is involving in this multi-cloud, and what are their frameworks and their rules and regulations in that?
First, we talk about compliance regulatory frameworks given by government.
Okay.
Standard application in multi-cloud security. That's first one is EU data means GDPR compliances, CDC 2 Type 2, ISO 27001, NIST CSF, PCI DSS, and HIRA,
And many are.
and many also many more. Means compliance is multi-cloud environment present one of the most complex challenges for security and government stunts. The organization operating across multiple cloud providers must demonstrate compliance with multiple regulatory frameworks simultaneously, while each cloud provider service offering data processing agreements and compliance certifications may differ.
Okay, what the major complaint framework?
It applicable to multi-cloud environment include the General Data Protection Regulation, means GDPR, for personal data protection, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, for healthcare information. The Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards, PCI DSS, for payment processing, and the SOC 2 Type 2 framework for service organization control, the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, CSF,
Okay.
for comprehensive security program management.
Okay. Then what? Let's. Okay, I understand what are the government and that. So we will talk about the share responsibility models. What are they?
The shared responsibility model defines the division of security of object between the cloud service providers and their customers. In multi-cloud environment, this model takes an additional complexity as each provider depends shared responsibility different and the boundaries shift dependencies on the cloud service model. IaaS, PaaS, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS being consumed.
Okay. So So let's now talk about the cloud
Means
misconfiguration
configuration.
and the vulnerabilities. What are they?
Cloud misconfiguration is the single largest contributor to security incidents in cloud and multi-cloud environments. The vast complex configuration surface of model cloud deployment encompassing hundreds of services, thousands of configurations parameters, and multiple provider APIs create a substantial risk in inward security exposures. Studies consistently attribute to majority of cloud breaches up to configuration rather than specific specific attacks.
Okay. Then
This that
performance.
have some performance and control traits of levels. First one is the security automation, manual oversight, driven threats detection, rule-based detection, and zero trust adoption. We learn about all of this in short.
So okay. Can you give us more information about that?
Yes, cloud security posture management tools address in the tools addresses these challenges by continuously scanning cloud environments or misconfiguration against security benchmark such as the CIS cloud benchmark infrastructures as code, security scanning tools such as Checo, TFSec, and AWS Cloud Formation Guards detect security issues before deployment, shifting security left in the deployment pipeline. Automated remediation workflows can correct common misconfiguration automatically, reducing the window of exposure. Zero trust. Now we learn about or we talk about the zero trust architecture. Zero trust architecture ZTA represent the most significant shift in enterprise security strategy of the past decade. The foundational principle never trust, always verify.
Okay. Let's tell us about the zero trust architecture.
The eliminates the assumption that anything inside the network perimeter is safe. In multi-cloud environments where the traditional network perimeter has dissolved completely, zero trust is not merely the a best practice but a necessity.
So now let's talk about the future scope. What about the future threat?
AI-based attacks, supply chain attacks, cloud malware, quantum risks.
That's all. Okay. So now we have to come to end. So if you want to summarize the cloud, what is multi-cloud is powered, but security is complex, and only the strong strategy can protect it. Prathamesh, thank you so much.
Thanks, Yash.
And thank you to everyone to listen. Stay curious, stay secure, and see you in the next chapter episode. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yash Raj.